John Faulkner here with Survival Dispatch, and today I got Chris Weatherman with me. And
what's happening, guys?
We're gonna talk MREs.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because just on one of the fan pages of mine on Facebook, there was a discussion about MREs. So it's pretty timely that we're going to talk about some MREs. There's lots of different kinds out there.
Yeah, a lot of different kinds. You know, a lot of people tend to think MREs are a military-only kind of thing, but it's really not.
Nope.
In the last
Used to be.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where in the last, I would say, decade or so, it's really branched out into a more commercial market. Yep. And you have quite a few different companies that make MREs nowadays that you can buy. So what we're going to do in this video, we'll crack a couple of these open, but we're going to talk about some pros and cons of MREs, how they fit into your preps, and how they're kind of overrated at times maybe.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to get into. So today we have a EverSafe meal kit, which it's an MRE.
It's an MRE.
So you can kind of find these, and we'll leave some links below, where you can kind of get this stuff also. And then we got
This is a Sopakco. This is an actual Milspec Style Mre. And the biggest difference you'll see between like Milspecs and the commercial ones is the Milspec ones are they have a little more in them. Yep. They do. They're designed to feed troops in combat, so those guys need lots of calories. So they're a little bit bigger.
And there's also some additional non-eaten. Non-eatery items in there.
Yeah, there's some non-edibles in there.
But we'll crack them up and we'll talk about them. And the third one here.
This is Mre Nation, as you guys can see, it has my logo on it because I partnered up with Mre Nation. And this is another commercial MRE, but it is packaged and everything to Milspec. So that's part of the reason I went with these guys.
So all right, so let's talk about just some of the general pros of an MRE to begin with, and why they're good for preps.
Quick and easy, I mean, you can eat that thing without heating it. You don't have to pause to hydrate food or do anything like boil water, make a fire.
And you don't need water.
Yeah, you don't need water, no. Which is also one of the biggest cons, toting that weight.
Yeah.
But they're good because they're quick and easy, I don't like to store these in my vehicle. Obviously, we live in Florida, so one of the biggest cons of MREs is the heat will deteriorate them pretty quickly. So I only keep...
by deteriorate, it's going to lose a lot of flavor.
It's consistency.
It's going to lose consistency. It's going to probably lose some nutritional value as well.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, the tell is if when you open these things up, if the entree bag is swollen, that's a no-no. You don't want to eat that one. But, I mean, I've had some stored for over 10 years. Yeah. And we still ate them just to see. And they were fine. They tasted like MREs. A lot of people, they are an acquired taste, and there's plenty enough jokes running around about what the various components of MREs can do to you. Something to bear in mind. So, but they're quick and easy. That's the good thing. You can throw this to somebody and they can eat real quick, and to have a pretty full meal. And you can get some calories.
And I was looking at this one. This comes out of some preps that I have. I know this is expired. I can't remember what the date is. But it's still fantastic.
They don't have a check.
It's on the case.
Well, see, and that's one of the things I like. Mre Nation, they put an inspection date on them.
Yeah.
Right on the front of them. So there's an inspection date on each package. Even the Sopakcos don't have it. It's
average lifetime of MREs?
5 years, I think, is what.
Yeah, 5, 7. Sometimes you'll find 10s.
Depending on the conditions they're stored in.
Yeah.
So if you throw them in in your shed in the backyard, they're not really going to last 5 years. Yeah. If you keep them in a closet in the house where it's air conditioned and climate controlled, you'll get good 5. You get more than 5 years out of them. I mean, hell, we were still eating some of the ones in the old dark coffee colored bags. Mm-hmm. I mean, just a few years ago, we still had some of those floating around. So and other pros of this is, as far as preparation and survival stuff goes, something like a natural disaster, if the power gets knocked out on your house, you don't have to worry. Like Chris said, it needs no water, it needs no boiling. Everything is self-contained. So, if the stove is not working, you don't have to start a stove in your house, anything like that, to boil water, to get food hydrated. So I would say, as far as your food preps go, MREs is a great thing to have as a portion of your overall preps. Yes.
But they're not something like, I don't recommend that people go out and hey, go buy a trailer full of MREs. Because number one, there's not that many different flavors, meals.
Yeah, the menus
is
are
not
limited.
broad. So you're going to get sick of MREs.
And not to mention, a trailer load of MREs would cost a trailer load of cash.
Yeah. And let's talk about cons going into that.
Yeah.
MREs
expensive.
are expensive.
They're one of the most expensive meal preps you can do. Like an MRE meal is $15 on average, whereas like a Mountain House meal is $6-7. You know, so now granted, these probably have more in them. They're gonna have more stuff in them, obviously. But you know, you'll get your desserts inside, that kind of thing. Whereas in the freeze-dried meals, you get that meal, or entree, whatever it is.
But if you were to say have a family of 4, and you just wanted a week, just one week, you know, so 3 meals a day times 4 people, 12 meals a day.
7 cases.
7 cases. It's going to be expensive. Where if you took that same amount of money and bought, you know, some dehydrated, you know, chicken or beef, rice, beans, you can stretch that out to probably a month.
A lot farther.
You know,
I mean, the biggest pro to these is the convenience. It's you can, like I said, pass this off to somebody. You can eat it. If you're taking a family road trip, like for the summer vacation, you're going to take a tour, and you want to throw a couple cases of these in the back of the car. That's a great idea.
Right.
That way, if you find yourself stuck, or even if the kids are driving you crazy in the back seat, handing them an MRE will keep them busy for a little while. They're an expedient meal. You know, you don't have to heat it. You can eat it on the move, whatever. So they're great for that.
And what we will do is we'll do another video field stripping an MRE for you to show you how you can take this kind of bulky size
and pack it way down.
Really narrow it down. So, all right, let's get these open.
All right.
See what we got here. So, EverSafe here. Let's pull out all the contents. And I will say, you know, a little positive. Hey, you do have a container, a bag if you needed to store water or anything like that. So, I got some wheat snack bread here. Delicioso.
Wheat heels.
So
it's like the heels of the loaf.
Yes, that's pretty much what it is. Chris nailed it.
So you're talking about field stripping MREs. So as you can see, the Mre Nation stuff comes without some of the extra packaging.
Yeah.
Typically these would be in boxes as well, and that's what we're talking about, field stripping. So this one is chicken and rice, and so we have chicken and rice with vegetables, and then we have extra long grain rice.
And this one I got beef stew. I got a wheat snack bread, like I said. I got a cinnamon bun, you know, so take that for what it is. Condiments, 2 chiclets, some sugar, some dairy creamer, coffee. I got some toffee rolls for the candy. Apple jelly, a dairy shake, strawberry dairy shake.
Those are actually good.
Shake powder
You can
mix.
do all kinds of fun stuff with shakes.
So I mean, and then of course the brown spoon.
The brown spoon. So, and in this one, again, like I said, I had the chicken with rice and vegetables with extra rice. Then there's an energy bar called a First Strike chocolate flavored energy bar. Then you have another little packet that comes with the crackers, jelly, peanut butter, and a pink lemon power stick beverage.
Yes.
One of the things I like that Mre Nation does too is they include another bag, like a little water bag, that you can use as another container. Plus there's this bag, which this stuff was kept in. You have the heater, obviously, and then they have what they call their accessory pack, which is where we're going to find our spoon and other goodies. And again, this is another bag that could be used as a water bag. It's pretty heavy duty, actually. So you get your generic-looking MRE spoon, the little toilet paper you use to clean under your fingernails with, you know, a coffee packet, sugar packet, creamer, salt and pepper, and some Smarties.
Ooh, Smarties.
So,
and I will say, usually with an MRE, you never need the salt. It has about 5 billion grams of sodium in it.
Yeah, it's got plenty of sodium already in it.
So you usually don't need the salt. But, you know, as you can see, it's really more than one meal. You know, it's a hearty meal if you wanted to eat everything.
I mean, you know, what this would do is this would carry somebody through a day. So, you know, you could do, for breakfast, like on this one, you could do your
coffee, and
peanut butter and jelly, have your coffee here. Mid-morning, you can eat your snack bar, and then, you know, later in the day, eat this. And, you know, it'll keep you going, you know, and that's just one package. Now, I know that these guys in particular, Mre Nation, are fixing to come out with what they call a 48-hour ration package. It's one package that's a 2-day ration, includes the stove and everything. So people are always trying to innovate with this stuff, and I'm curious to see what those look like, and we'll show them to you when they come out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you know, what a MRE really is based on, and what it includes. And now the ingredients will always change based on what company you go with. But every company is kind of geared the same way. Most of the Mre Nation stuff will be that way. You know, EverSafe, pretty much everything I've ever seen EverSafe-wise is this same brand. You just mix and match the meal.
Well, and two, a lot of these, like, you know, this is EverSafe and this is Mre Nation.
Yeah.
These packages look
pretty much the same.
Exactly identical. Now, I'm not sure. Let me see. This is Diamond Crystal. Who's this package by? Diamond Crystal. So, as you can see, these guys are buying some of their products from third parties. But I know that Mre Nation's entree stuff, they prepare themselves and they bag themselves, and they meet Milspec because they spent a fortune buying the machines. The hardest part for MREs when you're doing all of these things is this bag right here. This is the hardest thing for MREs, to be able to achieve this level of storage. And those guys went out and bought the extruder that actually makes these bags. And they have to test so many out of every 1,000 to maintain their Milspec rating. So this is a big deal. You know, you're talking about eating food out of a bag that can be sit on the shelf for 5 years. So it's kind of important that it's done right.
All right, so for the watchers out there, how do you fit MREs into your preps?
You know, I throw them in the truck if I'm taking a road trip or if I'm doing a range day, something like that, where I might want something, maybe. And I keep them around the house too. Like when my kids were little, they loved them. They thought it was the coolest thing in the world. When hurricanes came around, they knew they were going to get an MRE, whether they needed one or not. Well, you know, it was entertainment to them. It was like Christmas. They'd open this big bag and find out what's inside of it. A lot of disappointment most of the time. You know, it is an MRE after all, but to them it was fun. So, and my oldest daughter to this day still likes them. She still asks me to send her MREs. So they're great for an expedient, on-the-move meal.
Yeah. So. I have about 2, 3, maybe 4 cases of MREs that kind of get rotated. I eat some and replace and things like that. But I have about 3 or 4 cases of MREs, and they're kind of a fail-safe. You know, if you couldn't get water or couldn't get anything, I know, you know, I don't have to go to my dehydrated food section. I would go to the MRE section for a while. So that's kind of how I incorporate MREs, you know, into my preps personally. You know, I'm not in the have a warehouse full of them kind of thing. Because of the price of them, I can allocate those funds.
Use them much more wisely.
Much wisely. So if you guys got any other questions with regards to MREs, feel free to leave them below. As always, make sure you hit that like button and the notification bell so you make sure you get more great videos like this. Make sure you check out the Insider also, the Survival Dispatch Insider. You can try it for free for 14 days where we cover tons more information just like you see here. And until next time, be safe.